Hello, investors, and welcome back. Let's talk about Mandiant. This is one that I don't believe many people are talking about out there, and it is undervalued. You've got all these popular stocks like CrowdStrike, everybody's heard of. We've got Sentinel One that are at these high valuations, and Mandiant just made some transformations within their business with FireEye being spun off, and now we've got Mandiant standalone, just ready to make a big move. And is Microsoft considering pursuing a deal with this cybersecurity firm? That was reported on February 8th. That obviously caused this share price to go up. But now that it's starting to settle down, what is a good entry point? And is this a long-term hold? Let's get started. So, of course, for those of you not familiar with this is a cybersecurity play. Mandiant is involved with this Advantage platform. They're an automated defense, security validation, threat intelligence, attack surface management defense. They want to find it, solution it, and basically identify those global threats that are out there, really stemming from Russia for the majority of those global threats. And Ukraine crisis really got cybersecurity on my list. Now, they do have a dashboard of investigations, and this is on the investigation tab, but there is a dashboard, and this just really helps people to visualize and prioritize what those threats are, new investigations, internal asset escalations, and number of events that have been reviewed and analyzed. You can see, there are a lot in here, whether or not they're false positives or suppressed. Attack tactics, prioritized, really important, because these cybersecurity teams within companies have never been smaller. But now the board's responsible for the strategic direction of companies. They're saying, look, we understand that we're supposed to be minimizing risk or identifying risk and solutioning it. What are we doing in the cybersecurity space? This is getting a lot of attention, and you're seeing a lot more spin being put in this space as automation, machine learning, cloud-based solutions, all of this is happening. Boards are starting to realize that they're going to have to audit and do more in this space. Now, Mandiant just recently had a very successful Q4 earnings. And part of what I like about this company is also they were repurchasing shares. Not only did they do that spinoff of FireEye, and I'll explain why that was really important, but they've got key partnerships right now. Mandiant repurchased approximately 200 million of Mandiant common stocks during the fourth quarter of 2021 under the board's approval for their stock repurchase program announced in June of 2021. Now, down here on the last line, there remains an authorization for an additional approximately 200 million of Mandiant common stock under the 500 million stock repurchase program. So I could see this company continuing to repurchase shares throughout this next coming year. Now, FireEye, a top security firm, says that it was hacked by a nation state. This is old news, but just to take you back, for those of you not familiar, FireEye, which is no longer a part of Mandiant as of this quarter that just passed, the Silicon Valley company said hackers, almost certainly Russian, made off with tools that could be used to mount new attacks around the world. So not only was there a rebranding opportunity with FireEye's spinoff from Mandiant, but the market for Mandiant went far beyond FireEye's product customers. And one of the key challenges with having FireEye and Mandiant under the same roof is that Mandiant's management detection and response business was completely linked to FireEye's network and endpoint security technology. A Mandiant customer didn't always have FireEye products in place, so they may have preferred to leverage their existing technology stack during engagements. So I wanted to go through the highlights of the earnings, this previous earnings that just happened. It says we entered the fourth quarter as FireEye and we exited the quarter as Mandiant. Record fourth quarter results established a predictable pattern of high performance. So you want a stock that's got stability in its price, and you can see that incremental growth. And they said that's what they see happening. In a major announcement today, now, of course, this is at the publication of this earnings report, strategic partner with Sentinel One. So that was really important. And not only Sentinel One, but 3 major strategic partnerships still with FireEye, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. And if you don't think that this is a major player, they wouldn't be teaming with major players. So I think that that just adds to their credibility. They are in search of a CFO. Now, when the two companies split, I would say 60% of the leadership team and critical personnel went to Mandiant and not FireEye. So another benefit. So down here, very key in the question and answer portion, we're going to have others. They're talking about these expanded partnerships that they've had with SentinelOne and Microsoft. Now that they're not associated with FireEye, it says we're going to have others, and that's where we're excited about this strategy. So in this market, you can be patient, and I believe you can wait for value, and that's what I want to show you here. Price to sales trailing 12 months. This is the indicator, just one indicator that I'm going to use for the purposes of comparison to compare Mandiant versus some other companies that are in the same or very similar space. And SentinelOne, you can see it has a 69 price to sales trailing 12 months, and that is high. And let's just take a look at the next one I've got pulled up here. We've got CrowdStrike, which is 31. So it's getting lower, and I put these in order from highest to lowest. The next one I've got is Microsoft, another really strong company referred to as bulletproof. When you have major swings in the market and you're not sure what to buy and you don't want to be completely divested and you want to put something into a stock, Microsoft is a solid stock. You can see it's trading at 12. And then Mandiant here is trading at 9. So it's 8.99, but as this starts to come down, now of course the price is a little elevated still right now because of that rumor of Microsoft news, but it went up to about $19, but now it's starting to come back to a very, very attractive price, as you can see, compared to others in the market. Now let's take a look at what the analysts are saying, and I've got these in the similar order, and you can see 65% upside potential with where SentinelOne stands right now. We've got CrowdStrike with 67% upside. We've got Microsoft that is showing a 30% upside. And then I want to explain Mandiant because it only says 11%. I believe the analysts can come back and upgrade this stock once they start to understand that they're basically tripling their numbers and they're doing so much better after the FireEye spinoff happened, and they've got money on the books to be able to make moves. So I believe analysts are going to come in and upgrade this stock next quarter, considering what they're doing, and they could make some moves. They could be bought. That any number of things could happen, but I would be completely speculating. Now, revenue growth. Now, say you just buy this stock on its own, right? Valuation, price to sales alone, it shows value. We've got revenue that's climbing, and that's a good sign. We also want to see that we've got good gross margins because that's another indicator that's important. And you can see it's been pretty steady and predictable. We've got other expenses which are not favorable, not completely favorable, but I do understand that there's some selling, general, and admin expenses. There's the consultant piece of this. There's people traveling, meeting, and doing sales. Now, if you look at the balance sheet, you can also destruct. You can take a company apart and sell it as pieces and look for value that way. This has 3.6 billion for total assets, and then they've got cash flow. They've got cash on the books. They're not profitable. Their net income is negative, but they do have cash from operations that's coming in. Not complete consistency there, but possible consistency in the future. So keep an eye on that. So if you're looking in the future to actually pick this up and put it in your portfolio, I just want to explain to you what's happened in the past. So January 27th, that was an infamous date of where the entire market took a major hit. I think we lost 1,200 points in a single day, and it recovered that same day. But you can see all of the cybersecurity stocks pretty much were on the same trend. It was in a downtrend. You can see since the beginning of the year. And then earnings came, and we know that FireEye is a part of the past. This company has new blood. Can it stay on an uptrend? And that's the question. This 50, will it stay up here? It's testing. Will it come back up to test again and get pushed back down? So we could see a trend like here on the downtrend up here on this line instead. And if that happens, you might find a better buying opportunity waiting until the Fed meeting in the middle of March when that comes up, that hopefully we retest. And I say hopefully because I'm always looking for a good entry price. I think this market needs to adjust one more time and then we're set for the rest of the year. So if that happens, now of course timing the market isn't recommended, but I would say keep an eye on the chart. It's not at the top. The top was up here on the rumors. Now it's starting to settle down, and I believe back here where you had resistance, it's going to try and find support. So maybe that happens around the $16 range. Maybe it's here at 17. You can see if you zoom back far enough, there's the potential that this previous resistance could act as support in the future. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I do like this play, and I think you could be patient. At least get it on your watch list. That's all I've got. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like this kind of content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.